Okay, this is going to be a video I record once a week. It is Sunday. It is what, the 17th today of May. I am actually in the office. It's Sunday. And you're probably thinking, like, why are you working on Sunday? Sundays are probably my favorite day to work. And the reason why is because it's uninterrupted. So let's start that again. So it's Sunday, May 17th. I am recording this weekly like recap video. I'm going to start doing this every week. I recently just got like a vocal coach, and she's going to help me just be a little more confident and enjoy getting on camera because I hate it. I am so exhausted with life that I don't know how people do it. Honestly, like I don't know how people just show up, and I really give it to the influencers that are just like, that's their full-time thing. It's not for me, but she did mention that I need to show up for my brand. And if I want to get to the next level in my business, I need to just face that fear, get more comfortable, and just chat. Which is interesting because, like, when I talk one on one with my customers, like, I love it. Like, I love my freaking ladies. I love, like, just intimate interactions. And I think I live for LOLs. I love making people laugh. And I think the reason I love making people laugh is because my life was not so haha, you know? Like if you know my stories, I mean everybody has a story, dude. Like let's keep it real. Like I'm not special at the end of the day. Everybody has their own version of like hardship. But for me, laughter is just a way to downplay certain things, and it just makes life easier. And to make other people laugh, it distracts them from their day. And if I can do that, it makes me feel good. And it's there is zero part of it that is about me being the funny person. It's more of like the joy of seeing them laugh and escape. So, what else can I say? Okay, so I recently did Collab Con last month, and I signed up to do a keynote speaking part, which I kind of just forced myself to do, but I definitely my body and my soul was like, you can't, you have anxiety, you can't do this. But I knew that I had to force myself and be uncomfortable on stage. So I was like, you know what? Sign it, you'll figure it out. And I had like 2 months to like get on stage and show up and do it. So sometimes when things scare me, I just sign up for it and I figure it out when I get there. And that's what I did with CollabCon. Was it my best? Probably not. But um, from the feedback I got, like people enjoyed it. Uh, I only had 30 minutes, so it wasn't really long. So it was just like 30 minutes. I had to get up there, make an impact. And I think it was successful. But I think so. I met Coco. Let's see, Coco. Oh my God, I don't want to butcher it. Let's see, let's look it up. Let's look up Coco. I'm like freaking getting blank right now. So Coco, vocal. Let's see. Wasting time right now. Anyway, so I met Coco at CollabCon. So she was the MC. And of course, when I saw her on the roster, I was like, oh my God. Like, talk about somebody like that is an expert in speaking, gonna come watch me speak. Like, so that was definitely, you know, intimidating. So I was like, you know what? This is actually going to be good. I would love her to just watch me, and she doesn't know anything about me. And I would love her honest critique and feedback because I know people around me are like too nice, and I'm always asking for feedback and critiques. And I'm gonna say that not everybody's 100% honest. Like, I want you to tell me if I'm cringe, if I get on your nerves, if that was like annoying. Like, I want to hear that stuff, but I feel like I don't get like super honest feedback. So I was like, I loved that she was there. So she came up to me before I got on stage. She was like, Ashley and Andrea say you're nervous and you need to calm down. I was like, I think I'm okay. I don't know why. I guess I was so tired the last couple months that by the time I got to stage, I was like, F it. They're just gonna have to take my energy right now. So, but I just honestly it was the first time I ever felt super duper comfortable. And there was a massage bed on the stage when I got there. And I was like, you know what? I just want to sit on it and talk. I just want to talk like as if I'm talking to people in my own setting. And I don't want to feel like a production. And that's what I did. And I honestly felt so comfortable. In a weird way, I wasn't nervous. And my jokes were landing. Thank God. Because sometimes you just need a couple LOLs to keep you going. Because if it's silent, it would have sucked for 30 minutes. So after um, Coco came up to me and I was like, all right, tell me how I did. She's like, no, 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 you did good. You did good. She's like, we just gotta reel you in and tweak you. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm ADD. I'm all over the place. She's like, you are, but we'll fix you. So I had a one-on-one call with Coco and yeah, I'm honestly was like, I'm ready to be the next better version of myself. And I know how I operate. I work better when I'm guided by an expert in that field. So I don't want to waste time like guessing or trying things. I prefer to just pay for expertise, have them guide me, have them be honest with me. And so I signed up with Coco. So we're going to do like 90 days of working on me. Today was the first time. So I pretty much like signed up and committed to every Sunday doing these videos. So I think I'm just going to do the longer version on YouTube. So forgive me if it's too long and it drags, but you can, maybe I'll timestamp it too. This is my first one, so sorry. So 90 days, we had our first meeting last week. I signed up for every Sunday that I would post something on my page for business or personal. I have two pages. So I have my personal page and then I have my business, which is my Skin Buddy. I really love making my clients the rock stars because they're the experts, they're the estheticians. And I honestly like, I'm their groupie. I love watching them like be rock stars. And some of them have awesome personalities and they're like freaking effortless, right? And then I told Coco, I said, I'm always self-conscious about people thinking, I don't know, I'm just weird about like anybody thinking I'm like cocky or vain. Any bit of like cockiness comes out of me, like I suppress it. Um, like I do, like when people are like, "You're pretty," like I've said this a million times. I know people don't believe me, but like I have ugly duckling syndrome. Like I have three brothers. I never thought of myself as like a pretty girl growing up. Like we were always on the playground playing soccer in the sand in the backyard. Like I don't know, it's always with the little boys growing up. And in the Middle East, I never felt like that's where I was. That's where I grew up. I was born in the Middle East, and girls are very girly, and I never felt girly even at a young age. So I just almost hid behind being a tomboy growing up, and I accepted that like I'm just not a girly girl. I'm not the pretty girl. I'm just gonna be a tomboy, and I just kept playing and feeding that character until I got into my late 20s. And then slowly I was like, oh my God, am I kind of cute? Maybe. I don't know. But in a way, I think it's a blessing because, um, it was a blessing because I honestly, when I see like vain people, they think they're like, their stuff don't stink it's such a turn off. Like, I hate egos. I hate egomaniacs. Like, I tell my brothers all the time, if I ever act like that ever in my life, I'm turning 44 soon. Like, I would have been getting into that zone, I'm pretty sure by now. But I said, you have the right to slap me for sure. So anyway, so my rants keep going. So I signed up with Coco. So we're gonna do 90 days. And I hope in these 90 days I don't annoy the crap out of you guys. And if I do, I'm sorry. It's part of my project. If you can see this cute hoodie that I'm wearing, this is our new My Skin Buddy hoodies. I got these done. They're 100% cotton, and I freaking love them. I'm not saying that because we made it, but everyone is handmade, super soft. I know summer's here, but in the summer we have the AC on, so I'm actually cold inside, and they're so cozy. And this is me almost 24/7 in my workout gear, in my sweats, because I like to go to the gym every day. So I know people are like, just impressed, but I still want to look cute in my gym gear anyway. So I like to show up in my gym gear to work because I know I'm gonna go to the gym right after. So there's no point in like dressing up. Unless I have a conference, then I'm gonna dress up, of course. Okay, so what else? So I signed up for that. Let me recap. If you don't know who I am, my name's Ghada. I've been in the industry for over 20 years now, in the beauty industry. I started, my first job was in the beauty industry, was a hair salon in high school. So that's where I start my beauty industry. And I was a receptionist, and I didn't know anything about beauty at all. Dude, I had a unibrow. I was not feeling cute, but the salon made me look cuter. I didn't think I was cute. They just made me look cuter. They like colored my hair, they waxed my eyebrows. Um, I didn't really understand why I was getting hired, because I'm like, this is a salon. Like, you should be hiring like a pretty girl up front, but whatever. I guess I need money, right? So I worked at the hair salon, and sometimes it wasn't busy. Like, I would just make appointments for the hairdressers, and then I would help sell retail. Like, if I sold retail, I would get commission. If it was their customer, they would make the commission, but I would help sell it. So I just walked around the salon and I just like read every bottle. I was really good at like listening, like eavesdropping on every customer that came to the front desk to check out. And the hairdresser would recommend certain products, or even if like the walk-ins would come in just to grab a couple shampoos or products, I would ask. I'd be like, oh, so you like this one? What about that one? So I would almost ask questions of why. I've been told all my life, like, you ask too many questions. And I was like, I know, but I'm just curious. Like, I'm curious. Like, it's like, I'm not like crying or anything. I'm just curious. Like, I like to ask questions so I can get answers. So that's how I really got into like, so I worked at the salon for like a year. And then at the end of the year, I got top salesperson nationwide. And I had no idea. Like, I wasn't keeping track. I was just doing my job. So I was really good at what I did because I just like loved reading research. And then a couple of stores down, so this was in the mall, a couple of stores down was Vitamin World. So now I understand why I got another job. It was more of a coping mechanism to keep busy because I didn't have many friends. I didn't have any friends really, like one person. I didn't consider them a friend. They would just like talk to me. And then I worked there. So yeah, high school probably had 2 or 3 jobs because I even waitressed and I was a bus girl on the weekends. So yeah, I just like filled any empty space with work. So I worked at Vitamin World, and then they had a screen back then where you could just click on it and ingredients would come up. So I would just go through all the ingredients because I was bored, and I would just read everything. And then when people came in and they picked up products or like supplements, I would ask, like, if I didn't know what it was for, I'd just say, oh, you're always buying this. Like, why are you buying this? And they would tell me. Sometimes a lot like TMI stuff, But I was like, hey, whatever, like, just give me the information. I just want to know. Funny story, but once a month we'd have like 50% off day or something. And they would like there was inositol. People would buy them out. And I'm like, why is everyone buying these inositols? So I don't know why this guy was so comfortable telling me, but apparently drug dealers like to buy inositol to I guess cut it up with their stuff, I guess, to make more, to make it last, like I guess bulk it. It's a bulker. I don't know if you want to call it bulking, but whatever, filler. It's a filler with, I'm not gonna say what drugs. Okay. I don't even know the guy's name. It was like 20 years ago. So I was like, oh, interesting. So inositol is added to stuff to, I guess, give you more of a boost. So yeah, so I learned that. So I ended up being like one of the top sales people at Vitamin World too. So one of my obstacles was working at the vitamin store was a lot of meatheads would come in. I was like, so consider me like young at the time, like what, 17, 18 at the time. I'm like turning 44 soon. So bodybuilder's gonna come in. I'm like, hey, can I help you? And they're like, no, not you, little one. And I'm like, all right. So I'm like, whatever. So I was like, damn, like these guys don't even want to listen to me. So, but I was like, all right, I'm not gonna take it personal. I get it. Like they're bodybuilders and I'm just like a little girl that doesn't work out. So I didn't work out back then. So, but my brothers started taking protein. They like to work out. So one day I just kind of said, well, he was looking at a bunch of protein, take forever. And I was like, hey, if you're trying to, choose from this or that, I would choose that one because my brother actually likes that one because of blah, blah, blah. And the guy was like, well, really? Okay. Picked it, came to the counter, purchased. And I was like, damn, that was quick. That was easy. So I was like, damn, that worked. So I just kept using that. Like, there's just things that like you'll say that click with people and you're like, all right, well, if that worked, it's going to work with almost everyone. So it wasn't like scammy. It was just like, all right, well, that's the psychology of how the meatheads work. So I'm just going to keep using it. So I don't know, just a tip. If it applies in your life, you're welcome. What else? Okay. So anyway, so that's just me. And then 9 years ago, I started my Skin Buddy. Damn, this is a long ass story for telling you who I am. So Ghada, my Skin Buddy, it's a facial device made for all skin types. It cleanses, LED, infuses ingredients. I created it to help my products, to help my clients make more money. We'll get into that later because this is the weekly recap. So, okay, let's get to the weekly recap. This week, I went and got Botox. Okay. I've had it done before, but actually kicked in today. I got it done last Friday. So it's been like a week and a few days because it's Sunday now. And it's freaking awesome. Okay. Why did I get Botox? Okay. I haven't had Botox in over a year. Okay. I'm Palestinian. The whole Palestine madness going on. I couldn't justify like treating myself for anything. I just felt like there are bigger issues in the world and shut up, Ghada, like get to work. You don't need to get it. You don't, whatever. Put that money somewhere else, like charity, which, I don't like to tell anybody what charities I give money to, but I was rather put my money into things that are going to be helpful to society. So the last few months, though, I said I'm turning 44 in September, and I don't know. I guess I'm just like burned out and I'm tired and exhausted. And I just look in the mirror, not mirror, but like people take photos and like you're just so exhausted and you're coming from a tired place. And I'm going to be honest, like I just felt like not pretty, not that that matters, but you have to feel good, right? Like it's not about being the prettiest girl in the world or whatever. I want to look good for me. Like I want to get up, like I do all the right things. Like I work out, I eat healthy, I do my skincare, I do my skin buddy, like, and I was just feeling it, like feeling tired. And, like when you smile and you make lines, and as you age, you're going to lose collagen. And I was just getting too many crow's feet, and my lines were getting too deep. And it's kind of like a shirt that gets wrinkled. And if you just keep letting it get wrinkled, it's just gonna almost imprint and stay. So I was like, all right, it's time for me to just do a little bit of Botox just to like smooth things out. And I'll be honest, I was like, oh my God, like I went down to a self-sabotage road of self-critical, and I was like, maybe I need fillers. So I'm working out, right? So I'm losing weight, which I love getting in shape, but I hate my fit face. I hate it. I hate when I lose volume. I hate it. I wish my face would stay fat. Like I love fat faces, but it's not how the body works. When you lose weight, when you lose fat, I'm doing it slowly and healthy, but that's first place it goes. It goes from my face. Okay. I'll tell you guys, like when I first meet like a male species, almost every male species I meet, they just look at me and they're staring and they're like, you have a really awesome, awesome jawline. And I'm like, it's not what I want to hear. Like, I don't want you to be jealous of my jawline when we're hanging out. So anyway, I know I have a strong jawline, and when I lose weight, it gets even more prominent, which is good. Like, I mean, people, would like freaking do surgery for jawline. I get it. I'm grateful. But so anyway, so I was like, all right, maybe I need fillers. And I went down the road, definitely Botox. But I was like, you know what? So I went to a med spa, and the last girl that gave me Botox, she was actually amazing. Like she was so subtle with it. It was so natural. And I told her I didn't like any like cheeks or raised eyebrows. I just wanted to just look smooth. Okay. So she was perfect. And that was like over a year ago. So I was like, I'm going to go back to her because I like to pay for expertise again, even if it's a little more costly, as long as I know it's going to be amazing, right? Especially the face. You go to the dentist or teeth, like you don't want to play around with that. So I went to her and I was like, you know what? She's so good at what she does. Her before and afters are amazing. I was like, I'm just gonna let her look at me and be honest and tell me what she thinks. She wants to film me, let her film me. Which I've never had fillers done. I've always been like, wait. So I got in there and she's like, wow, I haven't seen you in a while. And I kind of told her the reason. And she's like, well, that's, justifiable and understandable that you would feel that way. So she's like, okay. So I was like, hey, what do you think of like putting fillers in my face? And she kind of just got quiet. And she was like, well, I was like, look, I just look at me and you tell me what you want to do. Like, I don't want to tell you what I want. Just so she's like, well, honestly, I wouldn't put fillers in your face because it'll make you too cheeky because of your jawline and your face. She's like, I would do something more like Sculptura, which is takes longer and over time it just builds collagen underneath. So I was kind of actually shocked that she would say that. I would think she would look at my face and be like, you need some volume. But I totally respected because a lot of places do just want to make dollars. And that would have been a good chunk of change in there. I don't want to mention the spa name just in case they're upset that she turned down that package. So I was really appreciative that she was like, no, I wouldn't put fillers in your face. And I was like, okay. I was like, I'm going to believe you and I'm going to take that I'm being exhausted and tired and self-critical and I'm just going to go with it. No fillers, just Botox. And now it's a week later and I'm glad I didn't. And you can see my Botox kicked in and there's just like a little here just to make it natural. But like usually I don't want my eyebrow like that, like this. I don't want that Botox look. I know some people, oh, what's going on? I'm like, it's fine. I just like it more natural. I just want it smooth. So that's what I did. And yeah, I'll be honest, like I never thought that I would feel like I was aging. I was like, damn, it's a real feeling. Like you really feel like you're aging. And I hate that because society kind of puts that pressure on you. And I'm in the beauty business. So talk about pressure, right? Like pressure to get so many things done. Like even as little as like fake lashes, right? I don't have fake lashes on. I had them many, many years ago and I couldn't, my life's too busy that I don't have time. Like I get anxiety just getting my nails done because that's like an hour of my day of like sitting there when I'm not doing anything. So the maintenance of lashes, the expenses, like it's not for me. So plus I'm gonna say it looks good, but how do I say this? I think I take my beauty cues from listening to what my brothers and men like, I think. Not I think. I think I follow that more. As much as I see beauty standards and women doing a lot of procedures and looks and trends, I kind of like to listen to what the men think because if they're not turned on, then it's like, I don't want to come out there and you making fun of my eyelashes saying they look like brooms, right? So, especially if I see my brothers and there's no filter and they're like, what the hell's on your eyes? Like, can't just rip them off if they're stuck, you know? So, anyway, I prefer just subtle. But again, everybody's I'm not obsessive at all. Like, I just want to feel good for me. Um, I don't like seduction look. I like more natural beauty look. So, um, yeah, I don't want like big lips, big cheeks. Not for me. I guess some people love that. If that's your look, it's fine. But for me, I just want to look radiant, if that makes sense. Okay, so that was the first episode of the week. I started with the Botox, and today it actually kicked in like the best. So I appreciate her for telling me that I didn't need fillers. And I'm probably going to start losing. I'm losing slowly. Okay. So talk about having a coach, right? So I have a vocal coach now that's going to help me be more confident. But what? I've been with Jenny how many months now? We've been together like almost 4 months now. But so I have a fitness coach, does my nutrition and my workouts. I love like bodybuilding more. I love eating healthy. And it's just my getaway too. But I just love building muscle. I mean, let's keep it real. If my body was just naturally like built like a statue, I would rather eat fries. Let's keep it real. But being able to sculpt your body and transform it is pretty freaking amazing, honestly. Like once you get into it, it's almost like art. And everybody's shaped different, your genetics are different. So Jenny, I had Jenny last year. I think I had her for like 8 months. And then the Palestine thing started. And then I just was like, I think I need a break from the gym. I was burned out. I was like grieving. I was like depressed. And I was like, I know what to do. So I kind of like told Jenny I need a break. And I thought I could do it on my own. But I think a year went by again. And I was like, you know what? I freaking fell off. Like Jenny kept me on point, dude. She really did. And it was like she was amazing, but I realized something about myself that I'm better guided. Like I'm better guided. I'm better if I have someone that I can be accountable to, that I could report to once a week to check in, to be honest with me. Like, so I check in with Jenny every week. Like every Thursday morning, I send her pictures. She looks at my plan. She asks me if I like adhere to it. 0 to 100%, how I'm feeling. And then it just makes me like stay on point, knowing I have to check in with her. Like without Jenny, I was like, I'm emotional. F it. Let's order a Stromboli. Let's go to town. So I love Jenny in my life for sure. So yeah, Jenny's been with me 4 months. She does my nutrition and my weekly workouts, and then like every few weeks, like we'll adjust calories if we need to. The goal is just to build muscle and body recomposition. So I don't want to be skinny. I want to be strong, healthy, uh, and smooth. Girls just want to be smooth, man. I don't care if I'm chubby as long as I'm smooth. So I'm not 100% smooth right now. And I just love, yeah, I love feeling strong. And I also feel like my body and my health correlates with my business, my income, my my soul, my relationships. The happier I am, the happier everything is, even when things are bad. So you just deal with life better when you're feeling better. You just do, even when there's trauma coming at you. So yeah, I love Jenny. Uh, Another thing that happened this week. So I'm not good at being aware of my surroundings at all. Like I'm not good at like little details and stuff. Like I tell people like, dude, there's like light switches in my house that I'm just now finding. Like, and I've been in the place for like 8 years. Okay. That's how I don't really pay attention to things. So last year on my birthday, I got this cute pillow from a friend of mine. Um, and I feel really bad now because I was like, and I just moved into this office. So I know that he gave me this pillow like to match my gold theme. I'm like, it's a little too gaudy, But I was like, all right, well, I appreciate it. I appreciate the gaudiness. All right. So last Wednesday, I was on a Zoom call with Coco, right? And there was like the pillow behind me, right? So there was a pillow behind me, and I look, and I'm looking at the camera, and I'm like, that looks like a Shih Tzu in my pillow. How did I not notice this dog? Is that a dog? I was like, it's a dog. I was like, whoa. I was like, maybe he gave me a dog pillow and I've been thinking it's a gold pillow the whole time. I was like, wait a minute. That Shih Tzu looks too much like my peanut butter. I have a Shih Tzu. His name's Peanut Butter and his sister Jelly. Okay. I was like, my heart freaking dropped. I was like, did I never know what this pillow did? Okay, you guys, let me show you my dumb self. He freaking made me a pillow with my dogs. I feel bad. We're just gonna call him T because I don't want to give out his name. But T, if you're watching this, maybe you're not. But if you're watching this, I feel really freaking bad. And it was a happy birthday with love, Peanut Butter, and Jelly. Look, these are my dogs. These are my doggies. I'm so stupid. How stupid am I? I'm thinking it's a gaudy ass Versace gold pillow when it was really my little lovies. Look how cute. Okay. Dumb moment number 20 million in my life. That's what happens. All right, let's see what else. What else? I made a couple notes, so because I'm ADD, and we are going to go and see what else we're talking about. Okay. Okay. I was talking about like just people think as a business owner, you're just like so an extrovert. You're so confident, but I'm not. I am not. I'm so self-critical. I always feel like I'm not where I should be, and success is relative. So I'm like, I'm not even, so people might think I'm thriving or successful. To me, I'm just like, I'm so hard on myself. I'm slacking. So I don't know how to gauge those. I think if other business owners, if I knew everybody's numbers and where they were, I think it would make me feel more inadequate. Just because business owners don't really share that information. Maybe that's kind of, I would love that to have someone to be like, okay, where are you at compared to me? I'm slow this month. Is it something in the air in the economy right now? Which it is. It's freaking crazy. Um, so things like that make you a little less calm, not less calm. It makes you more calm to know everybody's numbers. So I think for me, it's just more of like, I wish I could see myself from other people's eyes. And for me, I just feel like a simple folk, and I'm still like a startup and beginning, and I'm stressed financially as a business, like, cash flow. I don't want investors in my life. I don't want partners. I don't want debt. I don't like interest, so I just kind of just use whatever cash flow I have. That's what's going in the business. And if I have to take a loan, then I'll ask people close to me, but I haven't done that yet. But yeah, so I just feel like, and then also I have to be real with myself. Like, what kind of life do I want to run? Do I want to be like a Fortune 500 company with like so many employees and so many offices? That I don't know. I don't know if I want that for myself. I love a simple, peaceful life. I do want growth. I do want stability. I should take my business to the next level. Uh, so I'm kind of teetering on that of like really trying to figure out where I want my business to go. But I think the last year has been like, what kind of impact can I make on people on this world? Being in the beauty business, you do feel like almost like I don't want to feel shallow. I know I'm helping my clients. I know I'm helping them like make money and pay for rent, take care of their families. Like, so that part is fulfilling. I love it, but I'm almost like, I hope that I can tap into that like inner part of me that's like, what is going to make an impact in this world and really make me feel fulfilled? Like, I want to be at service to humanity in the biggest way I can be. And I think we were on the call with Coco. I know we were on the call with Coco, and she asked like, who is that girl on your vision board that you want to be like? Right. So I said, you know, I never really had someone I looked up to before. A lot of people will say like Oprah, of course, was a big one back in the day, right? Like, oh, I want to be an Oprah, make a lot of money, be powerful. Um, I think the last 2 years, sexy has been redefined for me completely. Sexy men and women is super redefined. Like Francesca Albanese, like humanitarians, philanthropists, like sexy, like is so different. Like when a man is an activist, he's intelligent, he's doing big things for the world, like that's sexy. And it sucks because it makes the average guy look so bleh. I'm gonna keep it real. Like when a guy's like, I'm gonna go watch football game. Like, okay, I get it. Okay, look, I know people love sports. I got it. But man, there's just something sexy about a person that's like, I'm gonna go try to save the world. I know it's hard to with all these freaking evil people around, but it's just that, man, it's just a different soul, man, different like character of people from all around the world. Like there's no like when people are like, well, who's your type? What's your type? Freaking badass hootie. Okay. That's my type. Can you like stop shit coming in the Red Sea kind of vibe? That's what I want in my life. I want a hootie. Look, don't come at me. Trump said that they're very, very brave. Okay. They are cleared. So don't get mad at me because I love me some hooties. What else? We're talking about gym. Let's talk about the gym. Um, I love gym time. I love working out. I used to be a size 16 back in the day, in my 20s. And then I dropped down. Now I'm a size 4. I did it gradually and I just kept it up. So, and I just love it. I don't like to work out with people. I like to be by myself. Gym time is sacred for me. I like to listen to podcasts. Um, I haven't been able to freaking listen to music since October 7-ish, since the Palestine thing happened. I can't, like, it's weird. Like, I'll try to put music on, I just can't get into it. So I end up like just watching the news and just keeping up to date with things. And then people will say things like, why don't you just turn off the news? Like, oh, it's so depressing. Like, just turn it off. Dude, you turn it off. I'm going to be human. Okay. I'm going to stay human because some of us have to be. Okay. Some of us have to be in touch with humanity. And if I don't care, then everyone won't care. And if things go down, then who's going to be there? Like, so we all need to care because when it hits home and nobody wants to help you, like, don't cry. Okay. But it's like friendship. You have to reciprocate if you want friendship. Can't just be one-sided. So, no, I have learned to watch the news, grieve, take it in, be sad, and try to like direct that energy towards like, okay, what can I do as little old me that has not that much power? Like, what are the little things I can do? Like, just tell me, you know? So I started researching, like, okay, who's funding every bomb? Let's boycott. You got to start small. If you're on my friend's page and you're drinking Starbucks, I'm going to be honest, like, I'm mad at you. Okay. Stop being like dumb. Like, we need to research all these companies. You can go to a local coffee shop, support local. Why are you supporting Starbucks anyway? So sorry about the rant. But if you're close to me and you're like, you want a Starbucks? And I don't know how to be like, it's so rude. Like, that Starbucks is killing my people. You're like, oh, don't be dramatic. Why don't you go over there? So yeah, I'm not going to turn off the news. So it's okay. I'm going to be that Debbie Downer, doom and gloom friend that you have that when you call and you're like, so what's going on in life? Well, did you hear about the Houthis? No? Okay, well, I guess we have nothing to talk about. Um, yeah, so I guess that's my moral dilemma in the last year of like, what can I do as this business owner, as this beauty business owner? Like, what can I do in the beauty business to channel? And I actually have a couple ideas that came to me this week. I don't want to talk about them yet because I don't want to talk about it till it's in fruition a little bit because I don't want to jinx it. And yeah, So that, what else? A lot of, okay, let's go back to nutrition because I'm ADD. So I was vegan for 5 years, and last year I decided to start incorporating eggs again into my life. So I was like, okay. And the reason is I just wanted to get more protein in my diet and without too many calories. So if you're breaking down macros and you have calories, it's really hard to get the ratios of the protein and carbs that I wanted in my macros. It wasn't hard, but with my busy lifestyle, I was like, all right, let's just throw in some egg whites and some eggs, keep it dairy. I'm still not killing a chicken. And if you can see in the back over here, I actually have a little shed with chickens. So when I moved in this office, it was perfect. My landlord has a shed and I get to have chickens and eggs with my lease. So it's pretty cool. What else? So yeah, so I started with eggs and then I'm gonna keep it real. So I'm back to eating like animal protein now. I'm sorry if I disappoint anybody that's like vegan and was like excited that I was too. So I started with eggs and then I started researching like liver benefits and I started adding liver. I'm Middle Eastern. I love liver. Like I know people are like, you love it? I'm like, I freaking love it. So I started eating beef liver once a week to get my vitamin A and iron. So I started there. And I went to visit my brother, and then he took me to this like Greek restaurant. And it was just more of the social setting. My brother was there. I was like, F it, let's get a kebab. And we ordered kebab. And they had me a kebab. That's what happened. And now I'm back to like eating. But I'm still like eating a lot of vegetables. And this is what I say. I loved being vegan. I've never felt so good in my life. But what I realized being vegan when I went vegan is how many vegetables I didn't eat when I wasn't vegan. I was eating a lot of protein, a lot of carbs, a little bit of vegetables here and there. But I think that was the biggest thing. Like, but now that I transitioned back to eating meat, I actually implement being vegan on top of that and everything I like enjoyed and discovered and loved being vegan. So I'm gonna say that I eat just as many vegetables now as I did when I was vegan. So still keeping my protein like moderate, not too high. My fat, like, I don't want to tell you my macros, but that's between me and Jenny, my coach. But I'm freaking feeling the best I ever felt. Even though earlier I told you I was feeling ugly, but it's not about like physically. It was just like my face, and I'm tired and not rested. So that's really what happened. So going back to the beginning, today is Sunday, and I'm actually at the office working. And you're like, why do you work on Sunday? And actually, Sunday is my favorite day to work. Okay. My hair is getting stuck back here. So Sundays are my favorite day to come to work because everyone is off on Sunday and our office is closed on Sundays. So clients automatically understand that if they don't get a call back or emails are not responded to, that they're not going to get upset. We'll get back to them Monday morning. So it's a way for me to get creative in the office and do things I really love, get prepared and recharge for Monday through Friday again. And it's uninterrupted, and I don't feel guilty about putting my do not disturb on. And it's just been really peaceful. Like it's like my alone time, it's quiet. I don't have any music on when I'm in the office. I like peace. I have a little baby cat. If you guys are on my story, that's been coming around the last month. A few months ago, there was a tuxedo cat that I took in. So that's also on my story, Pinky. And I haven't announced this yet, but I gave Pinky away like over a month ago. Freaking heart was broken. Okay, like I was in love with that cat, but I knew that I couldn't keep him. I wanted him to have like a stable home. I was traveling and I had an appointment at my dentist, and the dental assistant asked me if my cat had babies yet. And rewind, like when Pinky first came to my door, I called my neighbor and she came over and I was like, tell me if it's a boy or girl. And she was like, oh my God, it's pregnant. I was like, that's not what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear boy or girl, not pregnant. So we thought Pinky was a freaking girl for like a month till I started letting Pinky out at night. And I was like, all right, you need to figure out how to stay outside. Okay. Go back to your home. Because I was like, okay, if I leave him out at night, he'll find his house, go back home to his family. Pinky started coming back in the morning, like all beat up. Like, first his nose was sliced, then his freaking ear was sliced. And I was like, this girl is feisty, dude. I don't know what she's doing at night, but whatever. So, oh, so I had a vet friend to check him out. He's like, sorry to tell you, but it's really a boy. And I was like, Pinky, I'm calling this girl Pink. Dude, you're staying Pinky. You're just gonna have to have Pinky name. You have a girl name. It is what it is. So Pinky was the coolest cat ever. And so I told the dental assistant that Pinky is 3 years old. And she's like, my son would really love a cat. Like, he wants a kitten. He's like lonely. He's 30. I was like, look, here's Pinky's videos. Send it to him. And she was like, okay. And then while I'm sitting there, I think like towards the end of my treatment, she was like, okay, my son just wrote back. He said, bring him home tonight. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, I'll grab him after work. So literally, I had 1 hour to put Pinky's stuff together, like 1 hour. Like, dude, my heart broke. Like, I was crying getting out of the dentist is like walking distance. So I was walking here crying, like, what am I doing? I was hyperventilating, like, why am I giving this cat away? But this is what I've been asking. Like, this is good for him. I need him to have a home. This guy wants a cat. Especially like a lot of people just want kittens. So for this kid to really want like a 3-year-old, like I could tell he was a good soul, just that he wanted to give this older cat a home. So I was like, all right. So it was tough, man. I cried it out before she got here because I'm gangster. I don't let anybody see me cry. So she comes in, she grabs Pinky. I talk to Pinky. I'm like, Pinky, I love you. Goodbye. Ugh, dude, my heart never broke like that in my life. I've never felt that about a human, to be like, oh, it's the one that got away. Never. Pinky was the one that got away. Okay. That's how I felt. So I gave Pinky away. She was really nice. She was sending me pictures. She sent me pictures that night and it's freaking ass Pinky. So she picked up her son and Pinky was on his lap. Maybe I'll show you a picture. I'll just have to blur his face. And Pinky fucking traitor. Sorry, I just cursed. I was really good in this video. I'm gonna be impressed. I'm gonna tap myself for being so eloquent. This is the first curse word in like an hour. What's gotten into me? I'm really being ladylike. So yeah, freaking Pinky sitting on his lap like, I got a new master. I love him. Damn you. Okay, I see how it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little butthurt that Pinky was all comfortable with this guy. So then I get another message later, and the son's like thanking his mom, like, thanks, mom. Thanks for this cat. I'm gonna name him Wheezy. And I'm like, his name's freaking Pinky, dude. I hope I got petty. I got petty in my head. I was like, why you call him Wheezy, man? I hope he doesn't answer you ever to Wheezy and you have to call him Pinky, and that's the only way he'll answer you. So it's been 2 months and my heart's broken. And I'm gonna keep it real and be honest. Like the first couple weeks, I would pray every day that Pinky would bite him so they could drop him off back to me. But apparently, like he's still in love with him because I had to go to the dentist like 2 weeks ago, and she's like, "No, no, they're in love. They're in love." I was like, "Okay, great. I'm glad. Good for you." What was crazy was uh, the weekend after I gave him away, I went to meet my friend, client Jody and Priscilla in Philly, and we were walking around Philly, and we walked past the glass, and Jody was like, "Look, look, it's Pinky," and it was like a tuxedo cat, like Pinky, but it was like beat up version of him, like he looked old and raggedy. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, oh, but it still reminded me of him. So my heart's broken. And I was like, oh, like, stop. I don't want to freaking think of this damn cat. Like, my heart's broken. So this little raggedy, like, tuxedo cat comes to the window. And I'm like, oh, beat up Pinky. The freaking cat's name is Pinky on the window. How effed up. I was like, this is really mean. This is like if you break up with someone and everything reminds you of them, like or loves. Not that, trust me, I'm not that crazy in my life where I don't have those issues. But like songs remind you of people. It's like yeah, Pinky's. I think Pinky. Now that I'm talking about Pinky's, probably like a life lesson to make me feel what it would feel like if I felt like a person got away. So Pinky got away in my life. All right. So that was a stupid reminder. And then a week later, I'm at my desk over here and I see a freaking black and white cat running and it looked like Pinky. And I was like, oh, did they drop him off? And then I look and it's a freaking baby version of him. I'm like, okay, this is annoying. Like, I can't have my heart break every freaking week now because of this cat. So now it's been over a month that Pinky's gone. And just yesterday, what, 2 days ago? 2 days ago, the baby cat actually let me feed him. And he's been running around for the last month, scared of me. So he actually let me feed him. And yesterday I put food out in front of my door, and I'll put like a little video to show you. And he actually came to my door. And when I pulled up this morning to work, he was freaking outside my door waiting to eat. So, and that's how it started with Pinky. So this one is really skinny. He looks sick and he looks like super little. So I'm gonna keep food for him out every morning and hopefully we'll get him fattened up. And then if anybody wants him, I'll try to find him a home again. I'll try not to fall in love, which is really hard. So yeah, so that was my weekly wrap up. Today is the Dallas show. Actually posted my first reel today, since it was my homework. So I posted that earlier. So Dallas Spa show is going on today and tomorrow. I have Derma Swiss Pro that is there and New Roaches is there. They're giving away Skin Buddies and selling Skin Buddies. I'm going to be at the NASM Pro in Ohio in 2 weeks. So I'm gonna drive. I was gonna fly, but I'm gonna drive. It's 6 hours. And then Erin, who's one of my clients, but now I consider her a friend too. It's weird calling my clients, honestly, because we're really cool. Like they're like friends first. Now. So I'm gonna meet Erin at NASM Pro. Ashley's gonna be there too. And then we actually have a day scheduled at the zoo after NASM. So I'm excited with the Cleveland Zoo. I'm going to Nassau because I'm gonna go support Alexander's Aesthetics. They're my distributors in Colorado and California. I think that's it. I think that's it. Let's see what else. What else? Anyway, leave. I don't know if you want to get to know like more about my life. I'll try to do a weekly recap here every week. And I don't know if I want to edit this. I might just keep it rambly if that's okay with you guys. It'll save me time. So I hope you're having a good Sunday. And whenever you get to watch this, I don't know what day it's gonna be. But let's see here. I don't even know how long we talked here. It doesn't show me the time. But anyway, leave a comment below and just let me know if you have any questions you'd like me to answer on next week's recap, and I will do it. And go to my Instagram. I'll put that down there at Ghada Jamal. I'll put it in comments or like bio, whatever. I'm new to YouTube, so I don't know what to tell you, like how to do it. So I'll just put my social media so that you can go see Pinky and see my stuff. I'll put my Skin Buddy, my business, and just be kind to me. I'm just starting out, so that's what Coco wanted me to do. She's like, just do it. You're not allowed to delete it, and I hope no one comes at me too hard because I'm sensitive. Okay, I'm done for the day. Thank you guys. I will talk to you soon, and I look forward to getting to know you if I've never met you before.